That's a good question.
Yeah, whatever. Next question.
Ooh, good question.
That's a tough one.
Welcome to Lowering the Bar. I'm your host, Bibbs. We opened up the Lowering the Bar DMs so you could ask your favorite Barstool blogger anything. The results? Troubling. Let's check them out. Kate, welcome back to Lowering the Bar. Are there any questions you get asked that you are tired of answering?
How do you get so good at blogging? What's your secret for staying young? How are you so athletic? Yeah, I'd say there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot.
Rocket, welcome back to Lowering the Bar. Is there a question you ever get tired of answering?
Why are you such a douchebag?
I don't think I get tired of any of them. I think when I go out in public, like the most often ones you get, or, what is Dave really like? How much does Big Cat make?
How much money does Big Cat make?
There was a stretch of time when just like what are Saturdays for got a little sickening.
Am I a lesbian? I get that answer a lot.
People always ask us who's top and who's bottom. I don't even know what that means.
Hierarchical.
You're the top.
I'm the top.
Is there a question you are afraid to answer?
Is that a threat?
What question do you think is going to be asked the most?
What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Is that usually what's asked the most?
Yeah.
So you have questions? Are they like, what's the word I'm looking for? Are they personally for me, or are these just...
personally for you, yes. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Be honest with us. Did we get the least amount of questions?
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. All the girls' questions, they're just as horny as you'd expect, but girls get horny for the Rocket. The Rocket has some horny questions.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Are you single?
Married to the game, Vips.
How does it feel looking like Derek Jeter?
It's amazing. It's like a little annoying because obviously I get stopped on the street so much. El Capitan, number 2, thank you for everything, Derek. New York, we love you. Brooklyn loves you. And it's like, no, like it's stolen valor to a degree. That's I'm not Derek Jeter, So it's great because, yeah, he's a great looking guy, but, it does have its downsides.
Best branch of the military?
Obviously, the Air Force. They're way smarter than the rest of us.
If you had to date one or the other, who would you date, Nick or KB?
KB is actually maybe a little bit quieter. I feel like I could have my way with KB more than I could have my way with Nick. Although KB, like when it came to like in the bedroom, KB would be able to pin me, whereas I would be pinning Nick. But I feel like, like just emotionally, I would have a better, it would be easier to dominate KB than Nick, and then physically it would be harder to dominate KB than Nick. But maybe I like getting dominated in the bedroom.
If you guys weren't successful podcasters, what would you be?
Well, you'd probably be dead.
I think he means if our podcast wasn't massively successful like it is.
It's so hard to
we
think
weren't
of a
on the
world
charts.
outside of our successful podcast.
Yeah, I think that's our biggest
Just
flaw.
because
we can't remove our perspective from our own.
we're so disconnected from the rest of the world just because we're such a huge success.
Yeah.
The podcast.
It's hard to think of what if we weren't on the charts.
Do you ever get tired of being asked, are you Derek Jeter?
Now, I'll be honest, maybe a little times it gets a little annoying, like Derek, but I can't get tired of it.
Who do you hate more, Carabas or fights?
Jared, easily.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just not even close. John is my best friend, so we have a love-hate relationship, but I actually just flat out hate Jared a lot. So, but he knows that. That's how we operate.
Do you think anyone in the office doesn't like you?
I'm trying to start beef on this show.
Yeah.
That's how you get headlines. Brandon Walker and I were on rocky terms there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Just because he made a video, slandering the name of Iowa football. Not me, but then people from the state of Iowa made death threats towards him. I believe they tried to get maybe his wife fired from her job. It was a whole thing.
By a numbers game, like someone's bound to not like you.
Yeah.
If you could do KFC radio with any other person at Barstool other than KFC, who would it be? Nick and KB might be.
Nick and KB. I mean, Nick and KB make me laugh probably the most. But I know I wouldn't be able to keep up with that. That's just like
Yeah.
their humor is too different from mine.
Who have you learned the most about through BFF?
Today I learned a lot about Casey and John's sex life. John, if anyone ever thought they wanted to have sex with John Feidelberg, after today, him describing what it's like to have sex with him in 10 words, it's lackluster. It's like, I think his top word was adequate.
Would you pay for sex?
Technically, I have. So
How
I
many-
mean, I bought
how
a
many
flash. No, I bought a flashlight last summer, and that's like the closest like I've gotten to, and that's pretty much like from what I read on the manual, it's like the real thing.
This may look bad in a couple years. I don't know if this will age well. Who will be the first Barstool blogger to die?
Yikes.
Me.
Great.
That's not like a joke. I'm pretty sure I'm going to die pretty young.
Advice on building savings.
Like personal savings?
This guy's personal saving. Yeah, like what's your go-to for building savings?
So here's here's my tip on how to build up your savings, right? So you have a hobby, maybe you something that you love, right? Let's say it's baseball, you know, maybe it's like going to baseball games and being an asshole. What you do, right? You make it your job. So instead of paying to do those things, you get paid to do those things.
Is it hard to date while working at Barstool and being in the public eye?
I think probably other Barstool ladies have a tougher time than I do. I think most look at me as more of like a bro who's like just with it. But I do sometimes. So I get DMs, and I think the one like I'll never date someone in my DMs like who. It's awkward too. To want to get to know somebody, but to know that they can already see everything you're doing. Because I post my life all day long, so I'm like, here's me being wacky, and I'm like, no, wait, that's not like fully me. Don't let that scare you off.
Yeah, if I saw Good Morning Sunshine, I'd be like, what?
Like, yeah, it would probably be like a huge like turn off kind of thing.
This might just be an insult. Will you ever break 100 on the golf course?
That is a bit condescending.
Yeah.
But it's a valid question because as of right now at my skill level, I cannot break 100 on the golf course. But I think I will this next. The global pandemic screwed up everything, obviously. But I think I was trending in the right direction.
If you could change your nickname from Tommy Smokes to something else, what would it be?
Honestly, I would not change it. I think Tommy Smokes is a fucking sick nickname.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I have this nickname. Like there is nothing. You know, I was alarmingly stupid for a little bit. That was tough. I can't think of something better than Tommy Smokes.
How many sex toys do you own?
4.
Would you say that's a lot?
I don't know.
I think that was the last question we had, but let me check just to make sure.
Is there no mean ones? Why is Kate such a dumb bitch?
There were no mean ones. There were some super horny ones. It was just kind of like, ugh.
Ask me a horny one. Ask me a horny one.
How many sex toys do you have?
Just one.